Kelpieone here on Stainedglasscuts. In my last video, Stained Glass, how to fuse single layers of glass into rings, I showed you an easy method for creating rings of stained glass by fusing single layers of circles together. In this video, I'll show you how to make a mobile using rings made by this method. For more details on the skills you'll need to make this mobile, check out these 5 videos on my channel. How to cut a straight line in stained glass, how to cut a circle, stained glass fusing with single layers of glass, an exploration, stained glass, how to fuse single layers of glass into rings, and stained glass hardware, hanging with fishing line. I'll be making 5 rings. All the glass I'll be using has the same coefficient of expansion, or COE. In this case, COE 96. Whenever fusing glass together, you always want to be sure that your pieces are of the same COE. Each ring will be made from 8 circles of glass. When making circles, I like to give myself at least a ½ an inch on the outside of my score line. The diameters of the circles will be 2 inch, 1 3/4, 1 1/2, 1 1/4, and 1. I've chosen 8 circles because the resultant rings will lend themselves to the hanging method I'll be using. I've chosen 4 colors to use and will repeat those colors in the same sequence in each ring. You can use any color or sequence you like. Wooden dowels, you might ask. When cutting circles, I've found them very useful as guides. First, I'll pick a dowel that when placed in the center of my score will leave just enough room for the ball of my glass cutter. And that requires different sized dowels. Then, what I'll do is I'll take 2 pieces of drawer liner, turn my glass over. I'm going to put a piece of paper towel here so you can see the score line better. I'll center my dowel and then apply pressure and then tapping, starting with the 4 corners closest to points. I'll get a little bit of a break going on all 4, and then I'll come back, still keeping pressure along the edges. Now I'll do this until we have a complete break all the way around the circle. Next, I'll make some tangential relief lines. Take my running pliers and complete breaking out the circle. Once I have the circle broken out, I'll go overhead and clean it up either with my grazing pliers or over on my flat lap to get it finally nice and neat. And here are all the circles. I'll be laying out the circles in this order: red, blue, orange, yellow, and repeat. I'll draw circles on the kiln paper to help with the layout. When the circles get put into the kiln, it's very important that all the circles in a given ring are laid out touching each other. This step is very unforgiving of any gap between the circles. Off to the kiln. Here are all the finished rings. I didn't intend for this to be a study exercise, but it's interesting to see the difference in the degree of connectivity and how it became less as the size of the circles got larger. With the 1-inch circles joining the most completely. We saw that phenomenon in my first exploration video. I don't know if you increase the time that the larger circles were in the kiln, what would happen? Okay, I digress. I've oriented the rings in such a way that each smaller ring is rotated clockwise one circle. This results in the final ring being oriented in the same way as the first ring. I could have just as easily gone counterclockwise. You can decide the spacing you want between the rings. I'm going to make mine all the same, about 3 inches. So let's join them together. I'll be using 125-pound test monofilament fishing line with crimps and a solid brass O-ring. Okay, all finished. Let's go outside and find some sun and some wind. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. Cheers.